Hello my loves, and welcome back to another video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. We are back, and we are back with another look. I am in such a great mood today. I'm in such a great mood. My house is clean, we had a great dinner. My son is being a normal preteen, so we're just gonna ignore that because wow. Wow, oh my goodness, who would have thought that being a parent to a preteen would be quite so difficult. I heard all the horror stories, but I sure wasn't expecting it to be quite as difficult as it's proving to be. We will persevere, and we will figure it out eventually, but I'm just praying that it's soon. Anyway, I am in my office. I am away from it at the moment, and we are going to do a little bit of makeup. My baby girl is going to be joining us for just a little bit today. Just while I let you guys know what I have on my face already. I am digging my base at the moment. Really cute. I feel very fresh. I feel very, I don't know, I feel very pretty. I love the way my base turned out today. She's playing with my earring. We're gonna ignore that too. So I actually tried a couple of different things today. I have been using the Ole Henriksen Youth Oil, Truth Oil. It is so good. It moisturizes my face so intensely, and like, oh, it just makes my skin look so glowy and young and like, oh, so good. So I really love that. If you can find that or get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. So that's what I have on for like skin prep today. And then along with that, I have on some of my L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. You guys know that I absolutely adore this. It is so good. It kind of like blurs everything out in such a beautiful, like, understated way. It doesn't feel like anything on the face. It just kind of like blurs and smooths everything out. Really nice. I really enjoy this. And then on top of that, I went in with something new. So this is the Rachel Roy Liquid Illuminator. This is kind of like the pearlescent, kind of like silvery beige one. I put a very thin layer of this on all over my face before I did my base makeup today. And I'm loving the like glow it's giving my face. I look so healthy. I look so lit from within and glowy without looking like too dewy or greasy. It's really beautiful. This actually smells really nice. I got this at Burke's. I believe I paid $4 for it, and it came with 4 different jars or vials of this. This probably would not work for my oily skinned ladies, just because it does have a fairly oily kind of formula, but for my dry skin, it works beautifully. But it's this really beautiful, just kind of like glowy, I don't know, it is so gorgeous. And under the foundation, it is so pretty. It actually smells really good. It's not like super fragranced, but there is like a slight fresh scent in there that I did enjoy. This is what it looks like. The dropper doesn't work for anything. Guys, I got this at Burke's. I don't have any idea how old it is. I don't know if it's even still available, but I did want to just let you know. I love this one, and then L'Oreal also makes one that I really enjoy. It is called the True Match Lumi Glow Amour. And these are just kind of like glow drops. I love to use these in the same way. I've had mine for quite a while, and it's kind of started to separate just a little bit. But all you have to do is just shake it, just like really shake it and mix it back up, and it's good as new. I really love this for going on like a really light application of foundation, because if you're gonna do like full coverage, it's just going to cover everything up. But a light layer of foundation over like something really like, it's a highlighter basically, but something really glowy, just kind of gives such a youthfulness to the skin, gives such a glow. It's so beautiful. And especially for my dry skin ladies, it really just kind of gives you that little extra bit, you know, that we're always looking for, that really just like glowy, healthy skin. So gorgeous. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about that one today. For foundation today, I used the Maybelline Radiant Liquid. This has got collagen and hyaluronic acid. This is really good for dry skin. I am in the shade 30 Ivory Beige. I just used 2 pumps of this. I didn't use the entire 2 pumps, and I took it really, really lightly on my beauty blender and just kind of like did a very thin layer all over my face. You can't really tell that I have base on, but it just evened out and like hid a little bit of the redness that I have going on around my nose in a really, really beautiful way. I also love the way that this wears. I love the way that this like sits on my face. It continues to like stay nice and slightly glowy. It doesn't dry down. It doesn't give me any of those dried up, dusty old mummy spots. It's really, really good. I enjoy this one as well. For bronzer, I did my Infallible. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear in the shade $3.95 Walnut. This is my favorite liquid cream bronzer of the moment. So, so good. Blends out so easily and gives you such a beautiful, nice glow to the skin. Just like really beautifully sun-kissed. I have a couple of new products on today as well. I used my Milani bronzer. I did this for contour. This is the 02. This is the Silky Matte Bronzer in 02 Sun-Kissed. Really, really great bronzer. I just kind of used this as a contour. I didn't really want to look super chiseled. I still wanted my face to look pretty fresh and like fairly makeup free. So I didn't really want to go in with contour, but I did want to shape myself just a little bit more. So this is great for that. There's still a little bit of warmth in here, but it has like a really nice, very cool undertone to it. Almost gray, but not quite. That is kind of perfect for bronzing and contouring at the same time. Really, really enjoy that. I used this L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. This is in the shade Warm Light Ivory. Warm Light Ivory. I use this to set underneath my eyes. I don't have a ton of like concealer or anything on, and I didn't use a lot of this. So for my concealer, I used the Revlon Candid in the shade 005 that I always use, but I go over with this just the tiniest amount just to really kind of help brighten under the eye, and it ends up setting it without looking crepey or dry in any way. This is a really beautiful powder. I've never used it as like a foundation, and I've never used it to like set my whole face. I just use this very, very lightly underneath my eye to kind of brighten things up. And it works really, really beautiful. For blush today, I actually used this new Milani Cream blush palette. This is really, really beautiful. I used the middle shade, this really beautiful bright coral shade. This is the Sun-Kissed Glow Cheek Kiss Cream Blush Palette. So I used the shade... they're just shade 1, 2, and 3. So I used the middle shade, shade 2. Really beautiful, bright, reddish coral color. Super, super gorgeous. I think it goes well with the eye look that I have going on. And then for lips, all I have on my lips right now is the Maybelline Baby Lips Crayon Balm. Color Balm. So that's what she looks like. Guys, this is so old. I have had this for like years. I want to say probably 5 years. This is probably should go into the garbage, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I love this. It is such a beautiful, like, bright red. You've got really nice, like, coverage, but it's a balm, so it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It's got a little bit of shine to it. So what I do is I put a really nice layer of this on my lips, and then I will take my towel and just kind of like blot off a little bit. Guys, ignore my towel. It has been sitting here at my desk for quite a while. I probably need to wash it. But yeah, that's all I have on my lips. And then for oh my gosh, this has been an 8-minute intro, guys. I'm so sorry. And then for highlighter today, I have this AOA Studios cream highlighter. This is so good. This is a very, very natural, very subtle highlight, which I thought was perfect for what I had going on today. But this is so pretty. It's very, very creamy. It goes on, and it's just got like this slight golden kind of sheen to it. This is better, I would say, for my ladies with the dry skin. This does feel just a bit oily. But I love it. I love it on my skin. It does set down. It doesn't stay sticky. So that's nice. You don't have to worry about that. But it does give like a dewiness to the skin, which is, I find, so pretty. And again, for my dry skin, it's something that I really, really look for in like a cream product. So this I really, really enjoy. This was only $1. This is the shade Dream. It is the AOA Studios cream highlighter in the shade Dream. It's $1, guys. So, so good. All right, moving on to the eyes. Baby, you gotta get down. I know. Moving on to the eyes, we used our Morphe palette today. So this is the Morphe Fierce by Nature palette. It's a really beautiful warm toned neutrals palette. Really beautiful shades in here. I stuck mostly down here with the kind of darker pigments and like kind of like the darker reds. And then I believe I used this shade as well. We'll dip into it in just a minute. But this is, oh honey, she's being needy today. Here she comes. I know. She's being needy today. Anyway, what was I saying? Guys, it's been a day. It has been a day already. And it's 9 o'clock. I say already, the day's over. But yes, Morphe palette. Just wanted to do something really kind of like a little bit smoky, kind of a little bit deep and dark, but kind of moody at the same time. I'm really feeling it. I think it's very pretty, and I'm excited to show you guys how to do it. Oh, okay. We're gonna dip right into it. I'm gonna start actually doing something while I'm sitting here talking to you. Baby girl, you gotta get down. I know, mama needs her hands though. Okay, so going into the Morphe palette, the first color that I'm going to use is the lightest color in the palette. I don't believe that they probably have shade names, but I know that they come on a little sheet that I threw away immediately after I opened the palette, so I don't have them anymore. So I'm just going to show you guys what I'm using. This is the lightest shade in the palette. I just took that on a very fluffy brush and just kind of buffed it all over my transition area. I took it from inner corner all the way to my outer corner. For primer today, I did use my Believe Beauty. I'm trying to use the rest of that tube up so I can move on to a new one. And then next, I'm going to use a Morphe brush. This is the Morphe Jeffree Star collab brush in the JS5. So it's just a really big domed, almost domed, I guess I would say it's tapered, a tapered fluffy blending brush. Really great brush. And I'm going to take this and dip into this really beautiful kind of like fiery burnt orange, kind of very warm neutral color, brown color. And I'm going to take this all over my transition area. Not being super neat about it, but I don't want this color to be very dark. So I'm just taking little bits at a time. On my brush and just kind of blending as I go. And just kind of blowing out and softening the edges. I want a really nice rounded shape today. I want it to look very kind of effortless in a way, and almost very like smoky and easy. Speaking of easy, this is a super easy eye look to do. If I wasn't filming it, it would probably take me 5 minutes and I'd be out the door. Once you kind of get the technique down, and kind of figure out what goes where, these really are some of the easiest eye looks to do. So going back to that first brush I used, this is just a big fluffy brush. This is from a very cheap $3 set I got from Walmart. I have no idea what the brand is, but it's just a big fluffy blending brush. I'm gonna go into, oh, see, this is the hard part, is it's remembering what shades you used. I think I'm gonna go into this one right here. It's a very warm kind of caramelly camel color. And I'm going to take this very lightly onto that brush, and I'm just going to kind of take this around the edges of that more red color. And using a very light pressure, just kind of going around the edges and diffusing even more. and really kind of blowing everything out. I almost want it to look dreamy in a way. I just want it to look very just like a wash of color. Really, really beautiful. Speaking of brushes, I finally washed my brushes yesterday. Oh, my lipstick's trying to migrate. I have to fix that real quick. It kills me when I watch my videos back because I don't edit anything. And it kills me when I see like my lipstick is like way over here on the side of my face. I'm like, notice. And then of course I can't fix it because I don't edit. Anyway, I'm trying to be a bit more vigilant about it. But I finally cleaned my brushes. Finally. I haven't cleaned them and I want to say, oh my goodness, like probably 2 months. I haven't cleaned them in. It's been a minute and they needed it. I just use Dawn dish soap and the tiniest bit of white vinegar. And I use really, really hot water. And I just put enough water in a container to like cover the brush heads and I let them soak for like 10 minutes. And then I use this e.l.f. Cleaning glove. Works so good. I just kind of like swirl them and rinse them off. And they're good to go. The next color I'm going to go into is we're going to start focusing on our lid. Super easy, guys. We're going to go into this really beautiful kind of like dark purple burgundy color. And for that, I'm going to use just a flat packing brush. And again, I'm going to take just little bits at a time. And start pressing that into my lid. These shadows are really nicely pigmented. And I haven't experienced a ton of fallout with them either, which is why I felt confident enough to do my base before I hopped on. I was confident in the fact that I wouldn't have too much fallout. It's actually a really nice eyeshadow formula. I know that I've heard mixed reviews about the Morphe formula, but in my experience, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing with it so far. I mean, I don't have a ton of Morphe palettes, but the ones that I do have, I enjoy. I do like to pick them up though when they are on sale, because Morphe's not the cheapest thing out there. And I just like to get everything on sale, guys. If I don't have to pay full price, I'm not going to. But they do have like $10 sales sometimes. And like, I jump on it. Because I really do. I enjoy the Morphe formula. I enjoy their palettes. I do think that a lot of their palettes look quite similar in the fact that they just do a lot of like brown palettes. But I mean, if it works, I guess. I just am not a super neutral lover. I prefer to have a little bit of color in my life. Okay, so I've packed that on to my lid. I've taken it to just above my natural crease. And I'm just kind of blending it out back and forth. Trying to diffuse and blend that color. Just a little bit. This is a really beautiful deep purple color. So really take your time with this one and really make sure that you're packing it on and getting a nice opaque layer, or it will look a little bit patchy on you. I'm going to go into the other Morphe brush that we used, and I'm not going to put anything else on my brush. I'm just going to kind of go back and forth on that seam a little bit to really kind of help fade things. I'm going to do one more kind of transition color in my crease to kind of help move that along just a little bit. I'm going to take this kind of really beautiful, I want to say very, very deep brown. It's got a slight red undertone to it. This is black, and then this is like one step below it. And I'm going to take a little bit on my e.l.f. crease brush. This is just a domed, dense, kind of fluffy brush. And I'm just going to start packing this. Just pressing this into my outer corner. Again, just taking little bits at a time. This is nicely pigmented, so we don't need to be like throwing a ton of it onto our eye at the same time. I'm just going to focus this on my outer V and kind of bring it a third of the way through my crease. And then I'm going to go back into that Morphe brush again. I'm going to dip just a little bit into that fiery warm color. Just a little bit. And I'm going to bring this through my crease. Just to give everything one last nice little blend. Make sure we've got everything looking the way we want it to look. And it's beautiful. It really is so, so beautiful. They blend and work so well with each other. And that's pretty much it. We're going to do our lower lash line. But first, I want to focus and I want to pay just a little bit more attention to our actual lid space. I'm going to go in with a flat packing brush. And I'm going to use this really beautiful deep red shimmer metallic here. Now, I don't want this to be like super metallic because I still want the eye to be nice and soft. So I'm not going to use it wet. I'm just going to use it dry right out of the pan. And I'm just going to pack this on. My lid. Just to kind of amp up that kind of fiery vibe that we're going for. And it doesn't make like a huge difference, but it gives it this little bit of sheen that I think is really very, very pretty. I'm going to go into this really beautiful kind of like gold color. No. What color did I use? I think I used this one. Okay, so I can't talk. There's a really beautiful copper shimmer in here. It's very orange. So, so gorgeous. That's what it looks like swatched on my fingertip. Ignore my nails. They're grody. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this on my finger. And then I'm actually going to kind of rub it on the back of my hand to get some of that extra product off. And then I'm just going to tap it right onto kind of like the center of my eye. Just to give a little bit of something extra. Taking it from my lash line all the way up to my crease. And not taking it all the way to the inside or at, like the inner or outer corner. Just kind of keeping it right in the middle of my eye. Not quite a spotlight. Not a spotlight. A spotlight. Just kind of slightly like one. And then, of course, you could go in and do a black eyeliner. I think that would give a lot of, like, sharpness to this look, and that's not really what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go in with an angled brush, and I'm going to go in to the darkest shade in the palette, which is this really beautiful black here. And just on my angled brush, I'm just going to bring this right across the top of my lash line. Just doing a very, very faint very soft kind of liner. Taking it from inner corner all the way to outer corner. And all that's really going to do is just help our lashes out at the end of the day. I'm going to do my bottom lash line now. For that, I'm going to go in to this really beautiful caramel color, the camel color that we used to fluff out around underneath our brow. I'm going to bring this under my eye to bring a little bit of warmth. Kitty got put in her cage and she is not happy. So if you guys can hear her, she's not being tortured. She just wants to come out and play. I do like to blow out my lash line further on the outer corner of my eye and keep it closer to my lash line on the inner corner. I feel like that helps to lift my eye just a little bit. And then I'm going to go back into that angled brush. I'm going to wipe off the black pigment. And I'm going to go back into that really beautiful burgundy color that we used on our lid. And I'm going to bring this along the lash line to kind of deepen it up just a hair. I'm being very gentle and very light with it. Just kind of lightly brushing the color. And then I'm going to go back in with the other brush. This is an AOA Studios brush, by the way. This is the AOA E112. It's just a large pencil brush. And I'll go back under my eye. And kind of blend that ever so gently. Really, really beautiful. Now, if you don't like it as smoky underneath your eye, I do have just a little bit of kind of like mess up, a little bit of fallout. I'm going to take my beauty blender with the side that's got a little bit of my concealer left on it and just kind of tap it underneath the eye and kind of clean things up just a little bit. It really does help quite a bunch. I'm going to go under my eyebrow now and do my highlight. For that, I'm going to use the same brush that I used to put the red shimmer on. I'm going to clean it off and I'm going to go into this really beautiful kind of like bright gold shimmer. I'm going to put this underneath the arch of my brow. Not doing a ton, just doing a little touch of it. Just enough so that it catches the light. Really pretty. I'm also going to take a little bit of this on my inner corner. Just a touch. And that is the eye look. Pretty much 100% done. I did use my lash primer today. I used my NYX Lash Primer, if I can find it. It probably rolled away and is hiding from me, but I use the NYX On The Rise Lash Primer. I love it. I haven't been using it as much as I was, and probably because I lost it again. I put it down somewhere and can't find. Oh, I put it away. That's why. So this is the NYX On The Rise Lash Primer. I really enjoy this. I only use this when I really want like volume, because I find that this helps with volume. Not so much length, but it really does add a lot of volume to your lashes. So if that's what you're looking for, this is great for that. I do like to put a tiny layer at a time. I have found that if you try to add too much of this at one time, it likes to clump up. So I do thin layers and kind of just put 1 or 2 layers of it on, but I focus it down by the roots of my lashes. And it really does make a giant difference. I really, really enjoy it. The mascara that I've been loving, and I've been loving this for quite a while now, is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Love this stuff. So good. So, so good. Makes my lashes just like super, super long. Love it so much. And, oh, the last thing that I'm going to do for my lips, this is the KAB Lip Oil. So good. This is in the shade Fruit Punch, I believe. Rum Punch. So good. It smells just so good. Nice and fruity, but like this feels so good on the lips. It is super, super shiny. So it really gives you that. Oh, it's so good. And I have a cat hair on my face. Anyway, we'll get it in a minute. Anyway, it smells like coconut and fruit, and it's very, it's like vacation in a scent. It's so good. It's very comfortable on the lips, super high shine. Very good formula. Super cheap. Not super cheap, but I do get this at Walmart, so it's accessible. That's about it for me today, guys. I'm one step away from losing my mind and passing out on you. So I'm going to end it here. I hope that you guys enjoy the look. I will give you a close-up. I really enjoy it. I think it's very, very pretty. Perfect for fall, of course. And I just feel like it would be flattering on just about anybody, everybody. Let me know in the comments if you agree, or even if you disagree. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting used in my video. It is just me sitting in front of my camera doing my makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. I love you all so, so much. I will, of course, be posting finished pics over on my Facebook page, Makeup for the Everyday Mama, so if you would be so kind as to go over there and check them out, I would really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that as well. That would make me just about jump for joy. And leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. I love you so, 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 so very, very much. And stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And remember, you're important. Bye.